I'm Jay.
I'm Matt.
And this is Sean.
Coming.
And we're assholes watching movies. Only today we're not watching movies, we're discussing them.
And talking to you about them.
That's right. So thanks for being here. So this past weekend we had sort of a weird box office take. Because the #1 movie was The Conjuring 2.
Yay!
I'm glad Matt's excited.
We will never see.
I'm super pumped. I was terrified just seeing the trailer in theaters, so sorry, Vera.
I'm sure it's great, but I'll never watch it.
Yeah. So #2 was Warcraft, a movie I hope I'm even less likely to watch.
Pretty sure it's not great. And we will probably never see it either.
And coming in third was Now You See Me 2, the sequel to the not that popular movie Now You See Me 1. Except we did see that.
We did see it and it was not good.
It wasn't good. So it's weird that we didn't see the first two and we're like, no, we won't see those. But #3, which was also terrible, we did.
Well, why not?
That's right. Sometimes you just have $25 burning a hole in your pocket. And to be fair, we did see the first one on a plane, so we were dying to see how this worked out.
Yeah, because that one wasn't even very good.
No, it wasn't, but it was
It's better.
a way to pass the time, if you need that. The sequel,
Yeah,
it's
just the same.
yeah. And actually, this one made me more angrier. The first one I could live with. It was diverting, whatever. This one I was a little angrier with. Primarily, I guess, because of the way it ended, and I just felt like they're just rewriting the story in the last 3 minutes, really. Like, everything you see, don't believe, because we're just gonna, like, tell you it was all wrong. Even though we've not earned this, we haven't set up for this.
Right, because they cheat. Because they don't have, like, magic rules. It doesn't have to be magic because it's just CG. And
Yeah.
so, you know, it doesn't have to work. And yeah, they just show
And it doesn't work. They just shoved in a really, like, oh, look, it's a twist ending. It's not a twist if you didn't twist anywhere along.
No.
It's just an ending that doesn't make sense, and that's different.
Yes. Not satisfying.
It's not satisfying. So, pass.
Pass, hard pass.
Hard pass.
Well, I'm the only one here with an opportunity to pass because I didn't see it. I'm not going to, so pass.
Well, thank goodness for Matt.
Yeah.
I'm glad we brought you along. A movie you did take up last week was Popstar.
I did. Popstar I did get around to seeing. I saw that, I believe, opening night.
Good for you.
And that
Regrets?
No, that was a lot of fun. That, whatever, its runtime, 88 minutes or something, went by really, really fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I worried going in about its sort of capability to be a whole movie. Like, can you really stretch this into a story that I'm gonna care about? Because I love Lonely Planet. I think their skits on SNL are hilarious, but a lot of SNL skits that get turned into movies don't really get the turnaround very successfully done.
Yeah, but some do.
Well, yeah, wasn't
Yeah.
this somewhere kind of in between Blues Brothers and like It's Pat the movie?
Okay. I did enjoy it. I laughed more than I thought I would, and I'm glad I did because I feel like there's been a lot of unfunny comedies lately.
Yes.
And so I was glad. My first laugh was a Ringo Starr, so that was super unexpected for me. Lots of cameos in this movie.
My favorite was Mariah Carey. Her, well, I don't want to spoil it, but she did kind of make fun of how impossible she could be and what a bitch she could be, so...
So that was
I was
good for
glad
that
about
for you.
that, yeah.
Well, my favorite was probably someone who appeared towards the end of the film in the last like concert footage. I won't spoil it for you, but if you've been a fan of The Lonely Planet, then you know who I'm talking about. And like that was good completion for me. Like I was happy to see that.
It was a good finale.
Good finale, great cameos all around.
All around, and you know, some predictable, some unexpected. I was super happy. I always said to Sean watching the trailer, because we saw this trailer I don't know how many times in theaters.
Yeah.
And every time we would see that holograph, I guess, or whatever, of Adam Levine in the concert, and I would say, I guess they cheaped out. They couldn't afford Justin Timberlake. It should so be Justin Timberlake, given his history with Adam Sandberg. Well, guess what? They were ahead of me. I'll give them that. I wasn't the only one to think of it.
Something way better than what they gave, what's his name? Adam Levine.
Yes.
And he deserves something way better than Adam Levine, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you'll be happy about that. And we were happy to see it in the movie, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I did think the songs were the best part.
Well, yeah, like they should have been. I mean,
Yeah.
it's-
It should be their strong suit,
Yeah.
yes. I know Matt's still singing one of them.
I'm singing the Fuck Bin Laden one.
Yes.
I've watched that video many times. And I still don't know what she's talking about.
Well, maybe it's best we don't enlighten you then.
Yeah, well, you know.
Let's just leave that one to the imagination.
But it's nice that we've come so far that we can now joke about kinky Bin Laden sex.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
thank
we've gotten
goodness.
some emotional distance
Come a
since,
long way
yeah,
from
come a long
0 to
since.
dark 30.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so next week, what we're likely to be talking about is Finding Dory, because that comes out in theaters very shortly. Are we excited about this one?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
cautiously excited about this one.
Okay, you're like a little worried, or?
I'm worried. I mean, I'm always worried about these sequels, and I'm worried that, you know, they're just going to take the parts that the lesser common denominator, is that how you say it? Kind of liked, you know, like the jokes about the amnesia and stuff, and, you know, I mean, Finding Nemo had a lot of heart for me, and it made me cry several times, and, well, should I say every time I watch it. And I hope that I cry a little in this one, too. I hope it's a very nice movie like Finding Nemo was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we all probably are in that boat a little bit, because Finding Nemo was a big movie.
Yes.
But it is 13 years ago. I think it came out in 2003. That's a long time between
Long time.
movies. I guess it's not like a record, but it's close. Like, that's a long time. Like, you know, these movies that are made for little kids who weren't born when the first one came out. Although I'm sure it's in their DVD collection.
Yeah, I'm sure every kid still watches. I mean, it's a classic movie.
As long as Disney doesn't have it locked up.
Do they still do that?
I think they still do
I
it.
think
Like,
they
I
still
don't
have
think
it.
I could buy The Lion King on DVD.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
It's not ready.
It is. It ain't right. Okay, so I did want to say, I heard a lot of the voice cast is back. Of course, Ellen DeGeneres and Albert Brooks. But there's a lot of new voices that I'm kind of excited about. Dominic West and Idris Elba are voicing a pair of seals, which, a joke, again, that's made directly to the adult viewers, because I hope most children did not watch The Wire and won't kind of get that reference.
Yeah, but I think that's good. I think that's not the kids in The Wire, but like that we have this stuff that's for everyone. There's something for everyone, and it takes me back to Zootopia with the Breaking Bad scene, and it's just like, yeah, again, kids are not going to get that, but that's okay.
Mhm.
Like, it's not just kids that are coming to these movies, and like Disney Pixar is really the only studio that seems to be consistently recognizing that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, is it even on purpose? Because I think a lot of people know Idris Elba so well and almost forget that he's on The Wire.
Yeah.
I mean, no one forgets that about Dominic West, because that's
That's his thing,
But
exactly. And I don't think Dominic West would have had a part to play here had it not been for that pairing. You know, I don't think Dominic West is anybody's go-to guy for anything. But I think it was just neat to do this. And what makes me think that is that they're not the only famous pairing of voices. Because from Modern Family, we also have Ty Burrell, who's voicing a Baloo the whale, and Ed O'Neill is doing Hank, the cantankerous, grouchy, cranky octopus.
and hopefully Ty Burrell's like really intimidating father.
Father-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from what I hear, he's like gonna be the breakout character. I don't know if Dory was the breakout character of Finding Nemo, or if she was always just part of the trio and maybe
Oh
like
no, she
Crush
was.
the Turtle. The turtle was like a
The
big
turtle.
deal.
Jurassic Turtle.
It was a big hit with kids, right?
I love the dentist, the human dentist that would just botch surgery. I thought that was like a ballsy move. Can I say ballsy? You know, for a kid's cartoon. I mean, that was when I hope he's back.
Yeah, it's a great villain, I think.
Was that Eric Bana? I could be wrong. We don't have time to necessarily go to Google,
I don't know.
more on that next week.
Yeah, I guess we will. We might have some answers next
IMDb
week.
Eric Bana next week.
Yeah. We'll know who's Eric Bana, who's the big bomb. We'll know it all.
We'll know
Yes,
who's the
we
big
will.
one. Yes. Who are the kids gonna respond to in this? So one missed opportunity I thought with the voices were for Dory's parents, because we will be getting like flashbacks, I guess, to her childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And Eugene Levy is voicing her father.
It's exciting.
Yes. But it's Diane Keaton doing her mother. And you guys know I love Diane Keaton.
Yes.
But come on, Eugene Levy, couldn't we have had Catherine O'Hara?
Yes, we should have.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they thought of that. She must have been like busy.
Well, I don't know that they would have thought of that. I think that's a less natural pairing if you're an American, maybe.
Maybe, but I don't know. I just love those two together, and
That's a great
Yeah.
job.
it would have been nice.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been nice.
So,
So, 13 years, that's a long time to have elapsed. And the director and writer of the film, Andrew Stanton, has promised we're going to find out answers to those burning questions that have been keeping us up this whole time. Like, why does Dory speak whale? And where did she learn to read?
Yeah, and it's something that I never thought of.
no, I didn't either.
Given this opportunity to say, here's a second movie, and that's why it's being made.
Yeah.
I just accepted it. You know, all the stuff with her, like I really knew. But now I'm curious.
Now we're curious.
Yeah.
However, we are not being treated to the first Pixar lesbian couple, as the internet was speculating that we might be.
Yeah.
There was a screenshot taken from the trailer of two women, and Ellen DeGeneres really watched the premiere of the film like a hawk, and came away letting us know that it's just a woman with an unfortunate haircut. It's maybe a lesbian, maybe not, but it wasn't intentional, and so
Yeah.
this is not, in fact, the first gay couple, but
But what's the unfortunate haircut?
Yeah.
That is what we want to know.
So this theory went from being really forward thinking to maybe a little insulting.
a little bit, yes. It's too bad.
Mhm.
But you might be happy to know there's still hope for Elsa.
Elsa from Frozen.
Elsa the princess from Frozen, yes. You may know there's an online petition and a really fun hashtag on Twitter to get her a girlfriend, because of course there is a sequel planned for that movie.
Yes.
Raging success that it was.
Right.
So I don't think she was necessarily gay in the first movie, but because she's not attached, the opportunity is there, and so why not move this thing forward?
Yeah, because all the main characters usually wind up attached by the end of these things, and here is this unique opportunity, I guess.
Mhm.
They
Okay.
totally do. There always is a love interest in all of them. And
Mhm.
I think, yeah, Elsa was kind of unique.
Well, that's why people liked it,
She
because
wasn't.
it wasn't about finding a prince, it was about sisterhood, and
Yeah.
so maybe she's getting a girlfriend.
I mean, it's a great opportunity, I think, especially in something that's this popular and this kind of mainstream. It would be a great idea to.
Even if it's being pushed forward by fans, because that's sort of another controversy right now, is fandomentalism.
Fundamentalist
Yeah.
agendas.
Yes, the rabid fans who are really making a lot of demands about their favorite movies and trying to tell directors and producers how to cast them, and what villains to put and how to direct them and who shouldn't direct. There's a lot of online petitioning going on right now, and some for the good, maybe, if we can see some progressive thinking
Yeah.
on screen, but a lot of it is less good.
Well, it is okay. Like
Yeah.
people that don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, or, I was thinking about the Ghostbusters thing, where,
Right.
that was the most hated YouTube video of all time.
It's ridiculous. Because that's a good trailer.
I know, there's
Is it
nothing
good?
wrong with the trailer, they're just disliking it on principle because
I
they
know.
hate that it's an all-female
They're
cast.
angry single men. A childhood is being compromised. There's something.
But the movie, that movie stands alone.
Mhm.
Like, you don't have, anything that comes after it, this is not, I don't think, possibly gonna tarnish the memory of any movie. And in
Wouldn't
fact, the
think-
original Ghostbusters have all given their
Yep.
approval.
Yes, so according to the internet, they're all sellouts.
Really?
Well,
They're
according to
probably not making
Popstar,
much
there's no such thing as selling out anymore.
That's true.
If you don't sell out, people will just wonder if nobody asked you.
Like
That's
nobody
what I
asked
heard.
Rick Moranis.
Oh, low. That was low.
I do believe they did ask him. I think that
Was he too busy?
he was apparently, but he turned it down. I don't know what the reasons were. I'm gonna feel really bad if it turned out it was like health reasons.
Yes, you should.
Yeah.
You should feel bad right now.
I do not.
No,
I really
not even a little in advance.
don't. No.
Okay.
Not really.
All right. So how about the Ocean's 11 remake that they're also trying to do with an all-female cast?
I mean, I don't object to that on the grounds that it's a female remake.
Okay.
I don't know.
But you
this
would
was
object
necessarily.
if you also objected to Ghostbusters.
Yes.
That's true.
That's right. Even though so far with Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Jennifer Lawrence, all Oscar-winning women, I mean, it's somewhat hard to object to, and yet
Yeah, well,
somebody's finding a way.
then.
Yeah. Well, it's all about whether or not some sort of feminist agenda is the thing that people are always throwing out.
Mhm.
You know, and I think that's just so.
There's always an
backwards
agenda.
thinking. Yeah.
Or a conspiracy.
Mhm.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with all these fans who are being heard, who are pushing their own agendas or not, you know, everybody's throwing their choices of the next James Bond.
Yeah.
But some producers and executives are wondering, is this a threat to artistic integrity?
And I think if this is a threat to artistic integrity, then you never had it.
Okay.
I think that that's something that,
But like if I'm paying for a movie ticket, then shouldn't I have a say?
no.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I think maybe. Well,
No, I think,
not to say, but I think
I
you
think
know.
the job is for the people that are making the movie is to anticipate what the fans want, but don't pander to them.
Mhm.
Like, that's not going to be a good movie.
Mhm.
And then you are just, I don't know, I guess it's not even necessarily artistic integrity, it's also success.
Mhm.
You can't just put together a movie of like, you know, connect the dots of this is what people want.
No, because then people aren't even going to want it anyway. I mean,
That's
they're
right. And
getting
some of the
rid
best stuff is when we're surprised, when we
Yeah.
didn't know an actor could do that, or we didn't
Mhm.
know that this would be as interesting as it is.
Yeah, well, how much do people hate, you know, the idea of Heath Ledger as the Joker, Michael Keaton as Batman at first, or Daniel Craig was so hated on, Ben Affleck was so hated on with Batman. So I think, you know, I'd much rather see someone surprise me than, you know, just get the same person doing the same thing all the time.
Or just leave it to the people whose business this is to
Mhm.
make the decisions,
Mhm.
rather than like just a random person who likes to dress up as a Ghostbuster. Just my 2 cents.
Fair enough. Okay. So this week I reviewed Kung Fu Panda 3, which I did not really care for. Although, full disclosure, I didn't really care for this franchise as a whole.
No, it's not good.
I think it's well animated, particularly the more recent stuff, but there's not, it's certainly compared to Pixar, the story is not there. It's not holding interest to me, an adult. Maybe it's more popular with kids, but you know, I just don't care. But in my review, I mentioned a line from X-Men Apocalypse in which anyways, a handful of mutant teenagers went out for a day on the town.
I count 4.
Thank you. And took in Return of the Jedi and said the third one is always the worst. Now, you know, hopefully a little tongue-in-cheek to their own movie. Certainly a little bit scathing to the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah, well, it was a direct shot. That's
But I don't think that's controversial.
Okay.
I think Return of the Jedi is the weakest of the 3 original
Mhm.
movies.
Mhm.
I don't
But
think
is it a rule? Is the third always the worst?
Sometimes the 4th is the worst.
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
Sometimes they're all bad. I
Mhm.
mean, with X-Men, the franchise, X-Men Apocalypse is the worst of the trilogy that's going on now, kind of thing. X-Men, what's it called? What's
The Last Stand.
The Last Stand is the worst movie ever. It's terrible.
Okay.
So there is some truth to it, but Yeah, you can get worse than the third, and sometimes the third movies are really good.
Okay.
I think quite often if you know, if you're comparing that to the first and the second, the third is where things start to go awry, and there's so many examples of that. I mean, the Harry Potter one, we were talking in the backstage about that, and
Yeah, well, a blog friend of ours, Christopher at Freethinkers Anonymous, threw that one out, The Prisoner of Azkaban, I guess.
it's the best
As
of that
being the
whole thing,
best
the best of that whole
He
series.
agrees
yeah.
with you, yeah. I haven't seen any of them, so I can't.
Well, you should start with the third and then with the third.
Fair enough. Okay, so I mean, I don't even know if I've seen all the Kung Fu Pandas, but I was bored with this third one, and I feel like this maybe didn't ever need to be turned into a franchise.
No, don't
I mean,
think so.
I just feel like, why is every movie like a franchise now? Like, why are we such in an age of sequels?
It's easier.
It's killing me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're creative.
It's killing me. I can't. I mean, just looking at the box office, 2 of those were sequels of the 3 released this weekend.
Yeah.
Finding Dory, even though we're excited about that one, is a sequel. Like, there's nothing new.
No. It is. It's main.
That's
sequels.
rough.
I mean, we've had the Captain America sequel.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sequel, which I know that you were really excited about.
Ooh.
And you know, I felt like there was something else I saw recently. Well, X-Men, I guess.
So lots and lots.
Yeah.
And the third's the worst.
The third is the,
not
yeah,
always.
except for the
fifth is the worst.
also the James Bond ones. The
Okay.
Goldfinger is usually
Yeah.
considered the worst, and then Skyfall is Daniel Craig's best one by most accounts.
Okay. But we just saw that Divergent one.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah.
But I think the fourth one is going to be even worse.
Okay, so the third is the worst until you see
The way
the
it's
fourth.
going, yeah. Because that series like that's a series. It's not so much like a sequel, whereas they are, you know, almost telling one story, just in 4 parts. And I mean, at least in the earlier ones, you could sort of hint that it's going to get better, and that'll work. In the last one, you know, you've got to produce something.
I'm giving up.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that is a series that's getting just harder and harder to stick with.
So how about the Quentin Tarantino news this week about his casting call that people are kind of shocked about?
I didn't know he was making a new movie. I'm actually kind of excited about it.
Well, sorry to disappoint. It sounds like he's producing rather than directing.
I hate
However,
that.
the director has dropped his name in the casting call that said casting horrors for a Quentin Tarantino project.
That's Robert Rodriguez.
Well, you think so, but I believe it is female director, Matt.
A female director.
That's what I heard.
And she's calling them horror. So what are these horrors though? What are we talking about when we're talking?
I think old-timey horrors, like, I think it's gonna be a Western.
A Western.
Yeah. Like an old-timey Western. Because the casting call went on to say they all have to be white, they all have to be thin, and they have to have natural boobs and highlights.
Why natural boobs? Highlights.
Yeah, like you couldn't get your foils done back in the Old West.
So you in the Old West you'll have highlights.
No, you won't.
You won't. Oh, you
You won't.
can't have highlights.
No,
And
natural
so
hair
And
colors.
you have to have fake breasts. Or you can't have fake.
No fake
Right.
breasts.
Oh, no fake breasts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, like, what kind of test they're doing for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's none of their business whether they have fake breasts or not. So I guess there should be topless scenes then.
Tune in.
Tune in, yes. But the controversy, though, is over the use of the word pores.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we were way off.
Yeah. So I take it that neither of you is particularly bothered by that.
No.
Well, it depends. Are they whores?
Well, I think they're playing
They're like sex workers. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it just seems like in that. I don't know. It seems like it's in the whole spirit of the way Quentin Tarantino just. I get the vibe of what he's talking about when
And would you get the vibe if he had used the N word if he was casting for?
No, well that would just be.
Oh, that's offensive.
That's
offensive.
And I think horse is offensive. It's not right. And it's not good.
She got you.
No,
You just lost.
I think that this is different because it's,
No,
it's
you
like.
just lost.
No, I didn't lose.
You lost.
I think that you know, horse is just it's yes, it's offensive, but it also means something different from sex workers. Like,
You can use that exact same argument for the N-word.
I don't think so. And also, you can't do that. But I mean, it's like,
But it's Quentin Tarantino, and it just gets me into the whole vibe of the
it gets the whole vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get what kind of sex workers they mean, what the whole vibe of the movie is. I mean, if it's just, if it's, I mean, you can't be using the N-word. It's just not right, and it's not right in there.
Okay. But the W word
But-
thumbs up.
Good.
Yeah, well,
Even
yeah,
though, like,
thumbs
this
up.
is technically, like, their workplace.
Who's? Oh,
Well,
like,
whoever's
oh,
directing,
doing
whoever's
the
acting.
Oh,
Yeah. Like, this is a workplace document that's going out to people, and that's the language. And is it really necessary?
okay. Yeah, well, I don't
And
know.
why, I mean, why use it when you could have said, like, old-timey prostitutes?
Old-timey
And
prostitutes.
not offended
yeah.
anyone, but instead you used the bad word.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't get a feel for this whole kind of project, and
Okay. Will you reevaluate when the movie comes out?
yeah, I'm definitely gonna see it now.
Yeah,
there's,
there's natural
there's
breasts.
old natural breasts with like old-timey whores and some, or old-timey sex workers, as they called them back then. Who's, do we know who the female director
I'm
is?
not sure, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm wondering if it's like Sofia Coppola.
Well, are you still sort of wondering if it's Robert Rodriguez?
Yeah, well, it feels like this is his influence.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, this weekend they gave an award to John Williams,
Okay. So
the American Film
the American
Institute.
Film Institute.
The first time they've given it to a composer, and this is the composer to give it to.
Yeah, who better than
Right.
John Williams?
He is the sound of movies.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
And he's 84 years old now, and still active, still planning to do Indiana Jones 5, still planning to do Star Wars 8. So he's not retiring anytime soon, he's still having fun.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he lives forever.
I think that's all wonderful. I don't like that they're doing Indiana Jones 5, but if they are, he's the guy to do it.
Well, it'll be better than 4.
I don't know.
If Shia LaBeouf is not involved,
Oh.
it'll be better than 4.
Okay, I haven't heard confirmation that he's not involved.
Pretty sure he's not.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's got a bag over his head.
All right, well, I mean, he has a long laundry list of super successful movies. Everyone can hum his tunes.
Yes.
And he's still got it. And,
Still got it. Way to go, John Williams. You still got it.
I mean, that's what I love. I mean, I thought The Force Awakens in particular just really, used those hooks really well, but also had really new stuff that we haven't heard in the Star Wars, franchise before. So
It's fun when he plays with the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Jurassic World was kind of the same, where you get to feel like you remember the old movie, but he's bringing some fresh stuff in for new characters, and
Yeah, he's got a good sense of that. He doesn't rehash what's come before, but he pays reference to it, and it has the same sound.
that's awesome. Good. Well, I think that's our time for this week, guys.
already,
Yeah,
wow,
it went by quick.
it did go by quick.
So thank you all so much for listening. See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.